K-Earth 101.
Frankie Valli, Bob Gaudio, Rick Ellis, who wrote the book, along with Marshall Brickman, for the Jersey Boys, which is coming to the Amundsen. Good morning, Frankie Valli.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Well, we want to get the history of Jersey Boys, the musical. There were 4 seasons and 4 different stories of how the 4 seasons came together.
And my story is the real.
How did you guys get together to begin with?
You said Baltimore. I thought
no,
it was Baltimore.
it was Pittsburgh. I never said Baltimore.
Here we go.
We went back to your house, I think, and your wife was standing out in front of the door screaming, "You're on Dick Clark." And that was the moment to me, because once you hit the national level with that show, you knew the next day. And I think the next day it sold like 100,000 records or something.
120,000 for a day. I mean, back at that period of time, that was really a big thing. You know what? You and I should be partners. We have to. These guys are terrific, but we should be partners. And we've been partners ever since.
Amazing. I got to ask you something. I listened to this original cast recording of Jersey Boys last night, and you got a kid. I mean, he's not Frankie Valli, but he does a great impression of Frankie Valli.
You know, it isn't a sound alike. And that's what I love about him so much. He's got a lot of heart.
I like the same thing about him that Bob does. I like the fact that he is applying a major part of his own personality into it. I was amazed. I was really amazed.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what makes good theater all the time. It's always the same thing. It's a good story. And in that good story, there are characters that are interesting. And Marshall and I went and talked to these 2 guys, never having met them before, not really even knowing that all these songs that you're playing were from the same group.
Sure.
Because the seasons were never really written about.
Bob, was there really a moment when you guys met and you heard Frankie sing and you said, wow, this is the guy I want to go do stuff with?
You know, it's actually in the show. It's a very important part of the show. It's the moment for me. You know, it's the light bulb. You'll see it. You have to see it, the moment in the show.
This is not some, some sort of sing-along, jukebox musical. This is like a real story with really good characters, and thanks to these guys, musical moments that make the hair stand up on the back of your neck.
It's not that falsetto was anything new.
Right.
I mean, R&B groups had been doing it for years and years and years. The difference was that we took the top part and made that the lead.
Ah, okay.
And that's what made it a little different.
You know, you look at the Beatles songs, these are songs that were written for girls, and their fans were primarily girls.
Right.
The season songs were written for guys about girls.
That's interesting.
And their primary fans were guys. And the guys who stood out there watching these guys perform looked just like these guys. So there was a great connection between the fans and the people who were making the music. And that connection now comes back to life in the theater at the show.
K-Earth 101.
There ain't no good in our goodbye. True love takes a lot of trying. Oh, I'm crying.
Well, Rick and Bob Gaudio and Frankie, you know, we love you all the time. We know you're here in L.A.
I love you guys here, too. You know, anytime you want me to come by and say hi, I'm ready to come.
Okay, tomorrow morning. We'll see you then. About 6 o'clock.
Okay.
You guys.
Can you have the helicopter pick me up?
Yes.
We can change this to an afternoon show.
Yeah, exactly.
K-Earth 101.